Hey friends, I was at a function yesterday and the speaker asked the question, what is an IPA? And my first thought was, I think it has something to do with beer. I'm not a beer drinker, but I've heard that term before and I looked it up. It's India Pale Ale. It's a hoppy style of beer in the broader category of pale ale. I have no idea, not a beer drinker, but I was kind of embarrassed because he asked the question and I was like, it's something to do with beer, but I didn't want to answer that because, I don't know anything about beer and that was the end of my knowledge. But then he explained in his context that it was an income producing activity. He was a real estate investor. And I thought, great, that's awesome. We all need to engage in income producing activities, especially those of us who are entrepreneurs. And on my way home, though, I was thinking about this and I thought, well, that's interesting. An IPA. And I was thinking about marriages because I had a session with a couple that later, actually, I had several couple sessions that people that I do counseling or coaching with. And I thought, well, in our marriages, we need to have IPAs too, but not income producing activities. We need to have intimacy producing activities. And I don't mean sex, although I think that's what a lot of people go to when they hear intimacy. What I really mean is anything that can draw you and your spouse closer together. One of the problems that I see all the time with couples is, especially men do this a lot more. Men, we need to get it together, right? We need to do these IPAs a lot more. Is that men come home, been a hard day at work, and they sit down on the couch and they turn on the TV. They drink their IPA maybe, and there's no marital IPA. There's nothing that they do from that point on to actually draw their wife closer to them. In fact, instead of turning toward their wife and seeking to get to know them better, and instead of seeking to draw them closer to them emotionally, spiritually, there's really not a lot of anything. Now, I know I picked on men a little bit, but this goes for wives as well. What are you doing as a spouse that is an IPA? What kind of IPA, intimacy producing activity, will you engage in today? That's what I want your thought to be, and I would love to hear your comments about what you're going to do to produce intimacy in your relationship. So the question is not what is an IPA, but what IPA will you engage in today with your spouse? God bless you. Hope to see you soon.